Hello, dear viewers, and welcome back to our channel, your trusted source for insightful updates on the royal family and the fascinating world they inhabit. Today, we're turning our attention to one of the most anticipated and elegant events in the British social calendar, the iconic Royal Ascot. This week, as the prestigious racing festival unfolded with its usual pomp and circumstance, it also became the backdrop for some rather unexpected and, dare we say, awkward administrative slip-ups that have caught the attention of keen observers and royal watchers alike. We'll be delving into a couple of notable blunders that occurred amidst the grandeur, involving prominent members of the royal family and raising a few eyebrows regarding the meticulous planning usually associated with such high-profile occasions. In particular, we'll look at an unfortunate error concerning the name of Princess Beatrice's husband, Edoardo Mapelli Mozzi, and the confusion that arose regarding a potential appearance by the beloved Princess of Wales, Catherine. These incidents, while perhaps seemingly minor in the grand scheme, highlight the intense scrutiny and attention to detail expected at events graced by royalty, and they offer a peek behind the curtain at the human element that can sometimes lead to surprising mistakes, even in the most formal settings. Before we embark on this detailed exploration, if you appreciate our coverage and wish to stay informed on all matters royal, please do remember to take a moment to like this video. Your likes truly help our channel reach more viewers who share your interest. And if you haven't already, subscribing and hitting that notification bell ensures you won't miss any of our future updates. Thank you. Your support means the world to us. Now, let's set the scene. Royal Ascot is, without question, one of the most significant events in the British sporting and social calendar. Steeped in history dating back to 1711, it's a place where world-class horse racing meets unparalleled style, tradition, and of course, royal patronage. Each year, members of the royal family make the journey to Ascot Racecourse in a magnificent carriage procession. A spectacle that is, for many, the highlight of the day, symbolizing the enduring link between the crown and this historic event. The procession itself is a masterclass in precision and timing, with the occupants of each carriage meticulously listed in the official program for all attendees and the world's media to see. This listing is a crucial document, detailing who is accompanying whom and in which order they will arrive. Given the formality and prestige involved, one would expect this document to be absolutely flawless, free from even the slightest error. However, this week, even this seemingly straightforward task proved to be a source of unexpected difficulty. One of the most noticeable and, frankly, rather awkward errors occurred during Thursday's proceedings. As the official carriage listing for the day was made public, both online and presumably in the printed programs distributed at the racecourse, a rather glaring typo involving a member of the extended royal family immediately stood out to those with a keen eye for detail. The gentleman in question was none other than Mr. Edoardo Mapelli Mozzi, the esteemed husband of Her Royal Highness Princess Beatrice. The unfortunate mistake lay in the spelling of Mr. Mapelli Mozzi's first name. Instead of the correct and familiar Edoardo, the official document mistakenly listed him as Mr. Edoardo Mapelli Mozzi. The small yet significant alteration of just one letter, the omission of the first O, transformed his Italian name into a Spanish variant, a detail that did not go unnoticed by the discerning public, and potentially even by members of the royal family themselves. This particular administrative slip-up was perhaps even more prominent because of Mr. Mapelli Mozzi's position within the day's highly anticipated carriage procession. He and Princess Beatrice were seated in the third carriage, a relatively early and therefore quite visible position in the procession. Sharing their carriage were two other distinguished individuals, Princess Zara Aga Khan, the daughter of His Highness the Aga Khan, a hugely influential figure in the world of horse racing and breeding, and renowned horse trainer William Haggis, a leading figure in the sport. With such notable company in a key carriage, the spotlight was firmly on its occupants, making the error in Mr. Mapelli Mozzi's name all the more conspicuous. Reports indicate that these eagle-eyed observers, which could well include members of the royal household who review such documents, were quick to spot the typographical error shortly after the official listing was disseminated online. While seemingly a minor detail, a misspelled name in such a formal and widely distributed document at a premier royal event is considered a significant gaffe, underscoring a lapse in the rigorous proofreading process that should accompany such publications. It's the kind of oversight that, while causing no real harm, does detract slightly from the image of impeccable organization that Royal Ascot strives to project. It certainly became a talking point among those following the event closely. However, the error concerning Mr. Mapelli Mozzi's name was not an isolated incident during this eventful week at Royal Ascot. Just the day before, on Wednesday, another piece of official documentation had caused a considerable degree of confusion and, indeed, disappointment for many who were hoping for a glimpse of a particularly missed member of the royal family. The source of this widespread confusion was Royal Ascot's schedule and carriage roster for the second day of races. This documentation inaccurately indicated that Her Royal Highness the Princess of Wales Catherine would be in attendance. For a brief period, the exciting news seemed to be that Princess Kate, who has been undergoing treatment for cancer and has understandably kept public appearances to a minimum this year, would be gracing Ascot with her presence. The basis for this hopeful but ultimately incorrect assumption was the appearance of Princess Kate's name on the official carriage list for Wednesday. The roster listed her alongside her husband, His Royal Highness Prince William, and also included the notable presence of pro golfer Justin Rose and his wife, Kate Phillips. Seeing the Princess of Wales listed on the official document naturally led many to believe that she would indeed be participating in the carriage procession and attending the races that day. However, as the day progressed and the carriages began their famous journey down the Straight Mile, it became clear that the listing was, regrettably, an error. Princess Kate was not among the royal party present at Ascot on Wednesday. This led to a swift correction and clarification from sources, who later shared insights into the situation. According to these sources, the Princess of Wales was, in fact, disappointed that she had to miss the occasion. Royal Ascot is an event she has attended many times in the past, and it is undoubtedly a highlight of the royal calendar, combining tradition, sport, and social engagement. However, the sources emphasize that despite her personal disappointment, the princess felt it was important for her to maintain the right balance in her commitments at this time. This phrasing is understood to reflect her ongoing focus on her health and recovery, carefully managing her public engagements as she continues her treatment. While she has recently made a welcome return to public life at Trooping the Colour, her appearances are still being carefully managed, and attending a full day at Royal Ascot was evidently not deemed the right step at this particular moment. The inclusion of her name on the official list appears to have been a simple administrative mix-up, perhaps a remnant of earlier planning that wasn't updated correctly, or simply a human error in generating the final list. Regardless of the cause, it created a ripple of confusion and dashed hopes for many who were eager to see her. These two incidents, the misspelling of Mr. Edoardo Mapelli Mozzi's name on Thursday and the erroneous listing of Princess Kate on Wednesday, contributed to a sense that the prestigious racing festival faced some criticism this week, specifically related to these administrative slip-ups. While the racing itself and the fashion spectacle proceeded as planned, these errors in the official documentation, which is expected to be precise and accurate, did not go unnoticed and were points of discussion among attendees and the media. It's worth taking a moment to consider why these seemingly small mistakes attract such attention and criticism. At events like Royal Ascot, the level of planning and execution is expected to be exceptionally high. Every detail, from the flower arrangements to the seating charts and, crucially, the official guest lists and schedules, is meticulously arranged. The presence of senior members of the royal family elevates the profile and formality of the event considerably. Therefore, any error in the official record, particularly one involving the names or expected attendance of royals, stands out starkly against the backdrop of otherwise flawless organization. It highlights the immense pressure on the teams responsible for managing these events and the potential for human error, even in the most controlled environments. Royal Ascot 2024 commenced its week-long run on Tuesday, June 18th, bringing together the finest racehorses, trainers, owners, and jockeys, alongside thousands of racegoers dressed in their finest attire and, of course, the royal family. The events we've discussed, the unfortunate name misspelling, and the mistaken listing of Princess Kate, occurred midweek, adding a touch of unexpected drama of an administrative nature to the proceedings. While these blunders don't overshadow the sport or the spectacle, they serve as a reminder that even at the pinnacle of British tradition and elegance, sometimes things don't go exactly according to the script. It's fascinating to consider how quickly these errors were spotted and reported. In today's hyper-connected world, official documents shared online are instantly scrutinized by countless individuals. The eagle-eyed royals mentioned in the reports could be referring to family members themselves noticing the errors, or perhaps it simply means individuals within the royal circle or the broader public who are particularly attuned to such details. Whichever it was, the speed at which these mistakes were identified underscores the intense level of public interest and media attention focused on the royal family and their engagements. In conclusion, this week's Royal Ascot, while a resounding success in terms of racing and atmosphere, was not entirely without its administrative hiccups. The official documentation contained at least two notable errors: the unfortunate misspelling of Mr. Edoardo Mappelli Mozzi's name in Thursday's carriage listing, and the mistaken indication of Princess Kate's attendance on Wednesday's schedule. These slip-ups, while perhaps minor in isolation, collectively drew criticism towards the event's organization and highlighted the absolute necessity for precision when dealing with royal protocols and information. They also served as a reminder of the public's deep interest in the royal family, with every detail of their appearances or lack thereof being closely watched and reported upon. It certainly gives us much to reflect upon regarding the complexities of managing such vast and high-profile events and the intense scrutiny under which they operate. What are your thoughts on these slip-ups? Do you think such errors are understandable given the scale of the event? Or should absolute precision be the standard when it comes to royal engagements? Please share your opinions in the comments section below. We always appreciate hearing from you. Don't forget to like this video if you found our discussion insightful, subscribe to the channel for more royal news and analysis, and hit that notification bell so you're alerted every time we publish new content. Thank you so much for watching and joining us today. We look forward to seeing you in our next video.